Okay, so to begin with, like I mentioned, once you are registered, is everybody seeing the search screen here? Stacy, are you seeing it? Okay, thank you. Once you are registered, you will be sent a link for the DORIIS system, but you can also use some search engines to search for the DORIIS website. So here I'm using Bing. I've typed in Cal Recycle reporting and payment, and the first thing that pops up is reporting and payments for beverage manufacturers and distributors. If I click on that, it goes to the Cal Recycle webpage, and you can log into DORIIS from there. Another way is to just type in DORIIS in your search engine, and it says, "Welcome to DORIIS." And this takes you to the landing page for DORIIS. And here you'll see on this left-hand side, "Welcome to DORIIS." It shows you how to make online payments. It has an area for beverage manufacturers and distributors for information. It has the registration form there. It also has the beverage manufacturer and distributor reporting payment manual. So we'll be going over how to report and pay, but it's also in this manual. It has the PAR form. It has the rates and payment calendar and any other information. This area is for recyclers and processors who also use DORIIS for reporting. So once you are ready to enter DORIIS, you can click here or you can log in up here. So I'm going to do this. And this takes you to the portal where you will enter your username, which is your email address, and your password. So I'm going to show you in a practice environment. So let me go here. As you've noticed, I'm in a practice environment here. It's very different from this one over here. Okay, so you won't be typing in this web address. So here I have my username, Shamila at ABC Example Winery, and my password. So I'm going to go ahead and log in. Oops. Let's try this again. Sorry about that. That's what happens in a practice environment. So let me go into the link again. Okay. I'm going to enter my email address and my password. All right. I am now logged in, and I'm going to go ahead. I'm logged in under DORIIS Example Company, but I'm going to go ahead and change my preferences here to ABC Example Wine Company. I'll go over that at the end of this presentation because we're going to submit a report for them. Okay. So here I am, ABC Example Wine Company. It says, "Hello, Shamila Tooker." It has my BM ID for reporting processing fees and my distributor ID for reporting CRV. My account rep, you will actually have a person listed here and a phone number who will be your primary contact. We have the business address over here. We have the mailing address over here. The primary contact is myself, and here's my phone number. And again, this is all for example purposes. The secondary contact is listed as Stacy Carter. In the middle of the screen, it gives you kind of a mini account summary. So this company was actually registered, for practice purposes about a year ago, and it looks like they have 8 missing beverage manufacturer reports and 8 missing distributor reports. They also have a balance due of 38 cents for processing fees and a balance due of $17.22 for CRV, giving you a total of $17.60. This gives you an option to pay by mail. It gives you a voucher, which you can print out and mail a hard copy check, or you can pay online, and it gives the link over here. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the missing reports. Okay, so as you can see, I'm a representative reporting and paying on behalf, not on behalf, for two different companies. One company is called the DORIIS Example Company. The other company that I submit reports and payments for is the ABC Example Winery. So if I would like to, just look at the missing report periods for ABC Example Winery for their processing fees. And so you can run a mini report here and also see what reports are missing. You can also click this button and export it into an Excel file for yourself. Okay, let's go back home. Okay, let's go over how to submit a beverage manufacturer report. So in this link tree, you'll see create a beverage manufacturer report or amend a beverage manufacturer report. So we'll be going over both processes. So let's create one. Okay, I'm going to be creating a beverage manufacturer report. So this is to be completed by a beverage manufacturer. You'll see up here, it has my account number. It has me choose the reporting year I'm going to report for. So for this report, I'm going to actually report for December of 2023. So you will need to report for the full month from the beginning of the month to the end of the month, from December 1st to the end of December. If you have nothing to report, you still must submit a report and click nothing to report. If you do not, you will receive a notice from us saying you have reports due. Okay, down here is where you will report your containers. I'd like to point out this warning here that aluminum is not bimetal. There is no processing fee or aluminum, so you do not need to report it as far as processing fees are concerned. If you do manufacture a beverage in bimetal, you will need to report it. So today I push the plus button here. I'm going to choose a container type. I'm going to choose glass. And I have sold in December of 2023. I have manufactured for sale in California 100 glass containers. I can hit calculate. And it will show me, I'm sorry, my screen is large here. It will show me what the processing fee or unit fee is and how much I owe. So the total due is 45 cents. Down here, it gives a description of the interest rate. The interest rate earned by pool money investment account, civil penalties of up to 15% of the amount due for payment may be assessed for each underpayment or late payment. In addition, civil penalties of up to $5,000 per day may be assessed for failure to report. This is an electronic signature. I certify that the facts presented here are true and correct to the best of my knowledge. So I will click agree and click next. And here you see a summary of the report that I'm going to submit. It gives you an opportunity to review it before you actually click submit. So I'm going to go ahead and click submit. And here we are. My report has been submitted. And when I go back to home, you'll see that now I only have 7 reports missing and my amount due has increased. Okay, so now I will go over how to submit a distributor report. Let's go ahead and click create distributor report. Okay. Notice up here, it says create distributor report to be completed by a beverage distributor. The account number is DS329-233.001. The reporting year that I'm going to choose here is January 2024, from the first of the month to the end of the month. Again, if I have nothing to report on my distributor report for that month, if I did not make any sales of CRV eligible containers, I will still need to log in and click nothing to report, because you will be receiving a notice saying that you have reports due. Here in this section, Cal Recycle, the Division of Recycling is required to maintain data on refillable containers sold or transferred. So for example, if you're a winery that has a special program where customers can come in and buy a bottle, fill it, and bring it back to you, you will need to record it here. And of course, those types of containers are not subject to CRV, because in theory, they will not end up in the recycling stream because they are brought back and refilled. Okay, so let's get to how to report here. So for January 2024, I'm going to choose a container type. I have under 24-ounce containers. Okay, for example, I might have glass under 24 ounces. And I distributed 100 glass containers for sale in California in January 2024. You can go down here and calculate each section if you would like to, just to see. So CRV for containers under 24 ounces is 5 cents, totaling $5 that I will owe. 24 ounces and larger containers, and these will cover most of your wine containers, wine bottles, glass bottles. So let's go ahead. Let's say we distributed 100 wine bottles in 24 ounces and larger. You'll see that the CRV rate is 10 cents there, giving you a total due of $10. Okay, and as Stacy spoke about, one of the new containers that is in the program now, that if you have wine and distilled spirits in a box, bladder, or pouch, the CRV rate is actually 25 cents now. So let's say ABC Wine Company, and your drop-down menu will only give you the option of the bag, box, bladder, pouch container. Let's say I distributed 100 of those containers as well, and I will calculate. Okay. So just to kind of go back a little bit, I wanted to go through the drop-down menu here. I forgot to do that. Notice that it has all the different container types here. So we do track each type of container within the processing fees and CRV. Okay, so you have a drop-down menu to select what container type. All right, now we'll go back. So we owe $5 for containers under 24 ounces, $10 for 24 ounces and larger, and $25 for the box, bladder, and pouch containers. Now this is all for January of 2024 that I'm reporting. So you'll see a total of $40 down here, but the distributors are allowed a 1.5 administrative fee that is subtracted from the total due. So that totals to 60 cents. And so the total amount due is $39.40. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and click my electronic signature again and hit next. Okay. Here's the summary page once again, so you can give it a quick review to see if this is actually what you want to report. If not, you can go back, hit edit report, and go back and change anything. But it looked fine to me. Okay, see, I forgot to sign it. It always asks you to do it, so I had that error. So let's go back. Okay, so now we're reviewing it. I signed it, has my electronic signature as of today, and I'm going to click submit. I can go to a printable page if I would like to print it out. Okay, and let's go back home. Okay, so now you see my total balance due has increased because I submitted the January 2024 report. You'll notice that it wasn't listed as a missing report because it's due February 29th. So, but my total account balance due is showing as increased. So now we will go back and show you how to do an amended report for beverage manufacturers. So I clicked amend report. So I have some reports in here that have already been filled out, and I would like to go back and amend it. There could be various reasons that you need to amend your container count. For example, maybe you reported 100 containers for, this was 2023, December of 2023, and you realize that actually 50 of them were actually ultimately sold out of state. So once again, you're only going to be reporting for what is sold in California. So in my case, as an example, my ABC Wine Company, I found out later on through transactions that I only had to report 50 containers. So I also want to point out here that I am typing in 50 containers because that is the amount that was actually sold in December of 2023 in California. I'm not putting a negative amount here. It will not accept if you do a negative amount, it'll give you an error. So what you're putting here is the actual amount that you sold as your amendment. The original amount I had put was 100, and now I have discovered it should have been 50. Okay, so I'm going to calculate that. It gives you the net difference, and then it tells you what the actual amount due was. What will happen is you have an account summary that you will have access to that will show you how much is due and then what credits you have as well. Okay, so I'm going to hit agree, electronic signature, and next. There's my review page again. I'm going to click submit. Okay. Let's go back home and do a sample of an amended distributor report. Okay, so it shows me all of the reports that I have submitted once again that I would like to amend. So let's go to the one that we just created for January 2024. Okay, let's say, for example, I entered in all my numbers and I thought it was all correct, but then I looked back at some of my data, and I actually ended up selling 200 boxed wine containers. And so I am going to calculate that. So my point is here in your amendments, you can go and enter in what the actual count should be. So you click calculate. Okay, and it gives you a new amount due. And then you would click I agree and hit next. And it gives you a summary again. And you can go home to see your landing page again. Okay, so you'll see here that the total amount due has been changing each time I've submitted a report or amended a report. Okay, so just to go through a little bit of these other link trees here, you can go through some of your account information and history here. You can click missing reporting periods. Again, it takes you to that table. Again, it's showing all of the companies that I report and pay for. And you can sort it by different companies, and it will show you. Okay. This link here will show you your outstanding balances in a more detailed way. So here it shows you ABC Example Winery, the report, the period, and then the amounts due and the balance. So sometimes you might have an amount due that you paid partial for, and then a balance due on there. So it will give you all of that detail. Okay, here is the report history. And it shows you ABC Example Winery for 2024. I had a report that I submitted and then an amendment here, or excuse me, a report that I submitted for my BM account, the processing fees, and the DS account. If I go to 2023 and I only wanted to look at the DS, I can go here and it will sort that for me. Okay. Okay, and then payment history. So 2024, I haven't made any payments in 2024 and nothing is due yet, so it's not showing. So let's look at 2023. Huh, I don't know why it's not showing. Again, this is a practice environment, so the data isn't all correct. So in any case, this should be showing all of the payment. Well, I haven't made new payments, and so it's not showing. Okay, excuse me there. And then your account history. Okay, here, ABC Example Winery. You'll see that I submitted a report, excuse me, for December of 2023. I went in and I did an amendment. So it shows as a DOR credit memo. It's given me a credit of 45 cents. So it showed my original amount. It shows my amount due and then the credit that was implemented there. So you can scroll through here. You can also, you know, just do it by year and by ID. And again, you can export this information into Excel. Okay, let's close that. Okay, DORIIS general preferences. You'll see at the beginning of this demonstration, I went in to change profile. For example, we do have a lot of beverage manufacturers and distributors that are using consultants to do the reporting and payment of processing fees and CRV, and they have access to multiple companies. So here is the area where they can toggle back and forth to submit reports and payments. So I've been working in ABC Example Winery here. And now I would like to do reports for DORIIS Example Company. So I will click there and I'll go home. And it has landed on the DORIIS Example Company where I can also go through and submit or amend manufacturer and distributor reports. You'll see DORIIS Example Company has 12 reports due. So it's not showing a total account balance due because I haven't reported anything yet, but it is showing missing reports. Okay, that concludes my presentation of the DORIIS system. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing.